getting at least whatever fast-paced early game they want to go for Geltek Cyber Team, and also a way to just keep up with the Harley in general. So they can actually mark certain people from Geltek Cyber Team through this pick, but at this point, the roam picks as well as the jungle picks for Galaxy Phoenix might be even more limited.
So one thing that Geltek needs to consider is now that they're playing a Harley, they have to watch out for the Hilda. Hilda is one of my suggested roamers for Lemma if ever the Belleric isn't available for her. She has played it already. They banned out the Marcel, the Atlas is gone. If it's not going to be the Hilda and they want to team fight more, they're picking up the Minotaur.
Lemma has used even the likes of a Cho and Kaja if they also just really want to go.
Oh, yeah, actually, good thing that you pointed out the Kaja. That works out really well with the carry and Gord.
Yeah, so that'll be a combo they could just rely on, but then that'll be really, I guess, less just tanky front lines in general. So maybe you really have to see the Paquito be a bit more hybrid than usual if that were to be the case.
If they're going to go for the pick-off in the roam, then they're going to have to go for something stable in the jungle. Yeah, you need a tank. Because with the Atlas there, and then if Geltek ever just bring in something tankier, it's not going to be a good time. If Geltek want to match the rotational speed, I think they're just going to end up with a Benedetta for the EXP lane.
But this is smart from Geltek too, because we saw how Galaxy Phoenix had a bit of adjustment with the utility junglers yesterday. Like when they went tank, their rotation seemed to be a bit more read out by the opponent. So even the Baksha gets taken out here by Geltek, only leaving them to an Akai potentially if they really want to consider that. But for Fa, I'm not sure if I want to see them go that route.
I think they've chosen these heroes and they're gonna have to accept they might have to just go for the tanks unless they really just want to play the map. But with the Link on, you can't. It'll be too much if they go for burst damage in the Nolan. If they throw back to a fighter in the Leomord, you're up against an Atlas.
Even the Yi Sun Shin is...
Yi Sun Shin too much. I think they just have to accept that they're going to go for sustainability. They pick up the Cho in the roam. Good call there earlier.
Okay, so it is going to be tough for Fa, but we get to see that later on as Geltek Cyber Team. We're looking at their sides. So they know that they're going up against the Paquito. The Esmeralda's not there, but the Yuzhong. Into the carry Gord.
Yeah. And then you round it out with a Clint. Clint will have all the space in the world provided with the Eve. Harley for the initial burst. Yuzhong and Clint for the clean up. And then you have the Atlas just to initiate things. I'm a little bit happier. No, not a little bit. I'm much happier with the lineup of Geltek. Galaxy Phoenix, they're not going to be able to find a pick that will just be able to match it. Unless GXP are going into this with a mindset of, we're better than you, we play better than you, we fight better than you, then go greedy. I invite it, sure, but it's too risky.
Yeah, because at this point, maybe Akai is just the safest. But that's the keyword, it's safest option.
Yeah.
You're not really going to be able to pair it up much. You're forced to use it almost defensively every single time. Other options we mentioned, if they want to go Assassin and just accept the fact that they play better.
No, it has to be Akai.
Yeah, they're not. They're just going to stick with the Akai, keep it simple, and at least balance out the lineup, because I think it'll mainly revolve around the combos between the Cho, Gord, or carry anyway.
There is no mercy for third place. We're talking 50,000 for third, and fourth place walks away with 30. Still very respectable, but I'm sure the competitors want 20,000 additional dollars. It's two storylines. You've got the Queen of Kiowa going against the fearless Queen of Fall. It's Galaxy Phoenix versus Geltek Cyber Team for third place. Map number 1. Mirako Gideon, let's get it started.
Here we go. Welcome to the Lanadon, folks. It's about that time, the start of the day, the final one of MWI at EWC 2026. And we get these two brutal competitors who've gone for a lot of comfort, I'd say, for Geltek Cyber Team. Going for the EECA playstyle, the Clint that we didn't see for the majority of the tournament, finally here for Tokyo.
And immediately, right off the bat, Sancho, unfortunately losing out their flicker early on is going to make this 2v2 a little bit harder. Luckily, Cho in the early stages of the game going to be able to do things like that. Guerrero has to be a little careful here to maintain that pressure.
We got that first blood rate comparison. Geltek Cyber Team, they usually take a bit longer to get into the game. Meanwhile, though, GXP, known for the early aggression, and that's where I'll have a little bit of my doubts here. For the Akai pick on Fa.
What? What's wrong with it? I think that the overall composition seems good. They at least have a disengage mechanic. You know, it doesn't necessarily always have to be Fa being the aggressive one. First, Sophia loses her own flicker, and at this point, the mid lane is down to an even state. But just notice, everybody's coming down to the mid lane. Everybody's here like it's a petting zoo. Everybody wants a piece of it. Sondra, unfortunately, this time walked a little too far. Guerrero has to back out.
Seems like it don't matter. Akai, Assassins, it'll still be first blood for GXP. But a little bit back onto that topic, I feel like for GXP, especially yesterday against Na'Vi, it really felt like with these utility jungles in hand, it's not the comfort, it's not GXP. It's a good composition, it's just not Galaxy Phoenix that we've come to know.
Yeah, but this is the personality that I love to see from both of these teams, right? Just hyper-aggressive, I win lane, I win game type situations. Both of them can really get dirty during the scrum. So I think that at this point, as much as I love GXP, I do want to see like what the peak of team fighting compositions, or at least brawling compositions, would look like between the two.
And we'll find out who's going to win those 50-50s. So far, Ling on the Paquito, as expected though, winning on the lane just by getting the XP grab to really have a hold on that. As they set up for turtle number 1, GXP have a massive advantage coming into this with the Akai heavy spin. And Kuejo, just like any other Atlas, no level 4 just yet. Liubon chunked down as well. This looks great for Galaxy Phoenix.
Yeah, it just means that unfortunately for GCT, they're not going to be able to contest this, but let's see. It could be anybody's game here. Sondre playing with fire, getting really, really close as Ling trying to keep Kyoe out of this. And it looks like they should be able to get this no problem. Kyoe won't have the magic trick hat-trick to get in, and Fa instantly with a heavy spin, locking down one as the backline getting tight. Lubon finds it into Sophia with the help of the Black Dragon form, and it only gets worse from this point onwards. Real-world manipulation slows them down, but
Winnie,
not enough to nail them in. Winnie, I'm surprised, made it all the way, tried to go for the double wave here, and will give up just a little bit of that holy shielding.
Yeah, she's going to have to lose a bit of those mini waves as well. Heck, a whole cannon minion. She decides to stay in the mid lane here. Try to go for an ambush, but no, he just clears it out. And this gives Tokyo a bit more of an advantage to play with, because luckily for her, the gold crab spawns as well in the bottom lane. So gold lead, yes, GXP still on it with a kill and a turtle advantage, but Tokyo's farming up a storm on the Clint.
I love the fact that Tokyo this time not making the same mistakes as yesterday. Realize, you know what? As much as I don't want this carry to walk back into lane, it's also not worth dying just to deny her that space. But for now, GCT looking for that response. Lima now getting hit by the deadly magic. Fortunately, no kill just yet. Didn't even force out too many battle spells as well.
Great Shunt Pool. The poise and the composure on these ladies for a third place match. I feel like a lot of the jitters were already thrown out yesterday in the semifinals, right?
I was thinking the same thing.
They're so much more comfortable here playing it out. Even Fa, yesterday on the Akai, it really seems like she went in a bit too aggressive a lot of times, using the heavy spin earlier than what you want to have that ability for. But this time, we see the usage of it just perfectly done. Here in the mid lane as well, they give up Cryo, but they rotate to the bottom lane. Very well played. Tokyo's going to have to deal with this.
I mean, no matter what, with the flicker and the way of the dragon, their wombo combo. Okay, a little overkill here, but more importantly, even the heavy spin, unfortunately, there should be trading objectives on either side. And luckily, at least the turtle is spawning in 6 seconds. I think for GXP, they're just going to commit all the way to get rid of this tier 1. And unfortunately, GCT, they look back and they're like, oh, wait a minute, they're not getting off of the tier 1.
Dude, when it comes to CJ, GCT, they got so much damage. Ling, though.
Damage is good. RWM comes out. Sonja out of position this time, but the Fatal Link does pull one back. Almost gets a disengage, but luckily, Lubon says no. Petrify is still good as they start making their way down. Fa and Winnie need to steal this away. Retribution battle. Fa takes the turtles. The Black Dragon form has been activated. Winnie in trouble. Forced to flicker. Do they want to dive this? They're going to make the attempt. Good dodge shot. Residue activated. Tokyo getting last shots in, but it's just not enough.
So close yet so far, but GCT, again with the siege of a Harley, a damage dealer in your jungle. You open up, you leave these turrets vulnerable, and these structures will fall in their face. Tokyo as well. Straight into the bottom lane, no assist, nothing on the teamfight participation just yet. But 2 structures for the 2 turtles that GXP have gotten, and you get to see the goal difference here from every single member. Even in the lanes that GXP have put a lot of effort to ganking, it's still GCT with the advantage. It's an 80 gold lead. Oh, solo kill?
Oh, Shot Residue already procced here. Lubon, does he want to actually stick around for the wave? No, he's going to call it off, even though Quejo is actually nearby. She's already spotted all 4 of the members, making this attempt to potentially dive if they stick any longer. And that's going to be a trade once again in favor of GXP. Another turret goes into their hands.
Now it's back to the slow game. GXP finally able to get a structure on the board, and it's through this Paquito being an impressive force. Oh, all in!
Oh, now they find the angle to get they have a spin out and actually catches two. Quejo can't seem to get out of this, but the Fatal Links onto 3 targets is great. Right into the Petrify, into the Black Dragon Tail. The combo's good, but when he takes Quejo out, needs to get out of there. Ling flickers forward. Tokyo tries to cut him down, but luckily Ling still makes it out.
GXP, whenever they go in, I mean, we saw glimpses of this in the bottom lane, that overkill nature of them. When they go in, dude. They go galaxy deep.
Yep, I think at this point, they just need to figure out how much they really need to get value for their resources. I know there's that big guarantee, but it feels like they're overpaying. And now Ling getting hit by Deadly Magic, including Retribution. One more auto attack might be enough, but too late. The Deadly Magic is already popped. Kyoe is going to chase it, play it nice and slow, and it's super understandable. You're too far forward, Ling just instantly one-shots you.
It's too much damage to deal with from both XP on the Paquito and Kyoe on the Harley. And the fun fact is that GXP just have no control to get this neutral objective despite Kyoe shown up top. And I think we got to go back to that point of the resource management here. GXP, yes, they need to calculate which abilities to use, but I think in particular they need to save the heavy spin for either a neutral objective take or to peel for the backliners. This is the entire reason they went for the Akai.
Yep.
Everybody's gone Flicker.
Yep.
That's the gamble they played with. And if Fa uses the heavy spin early, that's what'll happen. Guejo just gets a massive set and she's already eyeing it.
They gotta be dependable. They got Lima in trouble now, as both sides have been contesting the mid-wave here. It's going to be a free turtle for Fa as they start to open up the map. But look at the position of Ling right now as the combo is good. Quejo forced to get on out of there.
Ling.
RWM to make the response. Ling gets Quejo, but gets traded instead. Not that worth it. I mean, I thought maybe they could really start pushing out Sonjike out away from the mid-tier one, but the ideas are there.
It's a gamble. I see the idea, I see the vision, but I agree, it's not worth it. Definitely not here. Galaxy Phoenix, they lose their XP, one of their main damage dealers around these team fights. Someone that you need to stay on the map right now to actually get some more to defend turrets. Again, GCT, as long as they play with Sheriff Tokyo, it just seems like they're going to take these structures down every single time when you leave these structures alone. We get to see the replay again. It's the all-in here. Flicker baited up Quejo, but Ling just walks up, getting the knockout. Not worth it. The rest of the team comes in, and Liubon, of all people, was the one to get it. We have to talk about the flickers again.
Yep.
If GCT are able to bait the heavy spin, even with the Fatal Links, that means that Kyoe, Liubon will have a free way to just jump in the backline, and especially with this Dragon at 5-0. It's a massive threat to both Sophia and Winnie.
You know what? Let's pull up the idol list to see how truly dangerous this Dragon is actually going to be in this game. Because at this point, like, I'm looking at Winnie, she's already like 3-1. She's almost there, complete to that third item. But wow, the strongest ever going to be Sophia tries her best. Somebody needs to clean this up, but it looks like GCT get away with this huge punish for Geltek.
Oh no, the flicker burnt as well. That was brutal. GXP a bit miscoordinating the resources there as well. A little bit of a bad call, I'd say. The gold lead is crazy. Lemma, though.
It's only so much they can really do here. The Fatal Links right into each other. The combo is perfect. It is good. And Kyoe should be able to close this one out, even after the way of the Dragon. I mean, so far, GXP, is it the lack of information here, or is it just one mistake after the other? They haven't been able to kind of find their footing once more.
This is why I feel like the Akai pick again fits their composition really well, Gideon, but doesn't seem too GXP. They're so used to having Fa on an assassin, they could go for the cleanup. Now they don't.
Yep.
They have Fa on someone to peel in the back, so even when you go for those bombastic plays, there's no one to really capitalize on it.
I mean, if they do want to capitalize on it, they gotta make sure that combo is set, right? I think it's just a little bit of disconnect. Oh, wait, hold on. It's gonna be a Mystic Gush onto Liubon, and now they can't exactly clear the wave effectively without having to send people up. Lima's gonna try, and with this presence alone, that just means that GCT are gonna start backing away. Cho is still a problematic hero to deal with.
Sophia's super trigger happy on that Mystic Gush, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh my lord, it almost seems like every time she has it up, she's gonna use it on somebody as long as she lands the Mystic Projectile. It's a lot of galaxies to play with, I mean, with that skin as well, but you gotta calm down here, especially considering you have a Flicker that's easily baited out by an RWM or even a Dragon that'll be used by Liubon to get away from bot.
Okay, they use the heavy spin as a means to kind of delay this tower take. However, with the deadly magic as well as the RWM, it's more than enough to blast them out. Sophia even using the Mystic Gush here, not targeting the wave, but instead targeting Kyoe. Now, with all the main abilities gone, this inhibitor is basically going to go down for free. What can they do to stop it?
Nothing. The Mystic Gush is already down. They don't have any resources to play with in Tokyo. Now with the Melfic Gun, we were already talking about how good the Siege is for GCT with their range and their double damage dealers.
A forced play coming in here, flickering into the way of the Dragon. Lubon looking to respawn onto Lima's side, pulls in the carry with the Fatal Links. Lubon takes her out.
Winnie didn't have enough time to react to that play. Kueho, perfect match, cancels the animation with a flicker, instantly goes for the Fatal Link. Sophia!
It's good. It's good. Deadly Magic, 1.7k, worth it. Blows them up, no problem with a Chastised Pauldron already purchased by Lubon if things weren't difficult enough.
Oh my lord. Ling's been doing such a good job of playing that damage control game, just staying in the sides and keeping that lead from getting away too far from her. But now it's Lubon back again ahead with a Chastised Pauldron. She knows exactly what's a threat to her. It's just the carry right now to shred her down from the sky. So with the Chastised Pauldron, I don't even think Ling can actually do what she's been able to do on Lubon right now to dominate that lane.
So what's the order as of yet, right? Because the way that I'm thinking about it, Fa has been using their abilities too soon to try and disengage. I think the heavy spin needs to be the disengage at this point, right? You gotta sell that Fa's going to engage, and then maybe Lima gets a pick and you can wombo combo with the Mystic Gush. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking too. It's just all about the combo. That's why Lemma has been put in this really tough spot to just constantly go for anyone she can find. Usually that'll be good. If you're snowballing on the board, anybody kick is dead with the carry as well, right? So an extra guarantee. But the fact that these frontliners have all those items just gives Lemma an even tougher time. At least for Ling, she can constantly just push in top lane. She can constantly put pressure where Kyoe is going to be the only person who can actually deal with those waves on the Harley. But now it comes back to GXP. Have they learned from their mistakes yesterday on the Akai, on this kind of composition? Can they play to pull back instead of going aggressive the way they've been doing in the group stage? Great spot by Sophia. Again, it's Ling up top, setting up the waves for GXP, but GCT hold control over this bottom wave. Again, the heavy spin!
It's very early, and the Black Dragon form has been committed. They're even using the conceal to chase into the back line. Luba Ling has to keep on pushing at this point in time. Fatal Links gonna connect on one. RWM on top of Sophia. Mystic Gush to slow things down. The Black Dragon is on top of Fa, but notice that the inhibitor is getting attacked, and finally GCT realize what's going on as they deny the recalls. This could be a potential backdoor, but the waves is done, and now we're back to this even state. GCT, they've already picked up the kill onto Sophia. They send their Yi back as they should be able to get this Lord for absolutely free.
GCT playing with fire, going all in on that fight, and it was a good play by GXP to try to hold them back, but initially it was Fa on the heavy spin that was just so off. It looked awkward. And it was on to Kueho.
That's another thing. I understand that you want to make sure you get rid of that like big AoE ult, because it's the only thing that's going to find that counter engage besides the Black Dragon form or the RWM. I think the GXP at this point, they got to play off of Lima no matter what.
Whoa. Aggressive move. It's a conceal even though it's
no flicker.
Already read out. Yeah, she knows.
It's, I mean, they do get the initial stun out. No projectile at this point, but it's on such a low cooldown that it doesn't really matter. And you can tell that Tokyo having the time of her life, able to hit these targets from outside the range. Ling, deep position. Oh, already revealed by that mid-wave. Kyoe
in 1v1.
Oh, this is not going to look that great for them, because Ling trying to make the attempt to slow down this wave to try and desynchronize it. Good recall on the hat trick, and you can tell nobody can really keep up with that speed, but at the same time, nobody really wants to die. So Fatal Links gets onto 2. Winnie gonna make the attempt to try and take Quail out. The heavy spin looks good, disengages. Now Link can get into the fight. Tokyo goes down. Sophia able to find in the back line as Link continues to push forward. Kyoe, the next to fall to Winnie as GXP take back the space.
They break the box. It's been a big problem for them the entire game. GCT have just hunkered down with their composition here, playing pure front to back. GXP finally find a way to tear that box apart, and it was through Ling again, constantly waiting in the back, cutting the waves, making GCT look, and heck, baiting Kyoe's deadly magic. That gave all of the space for finally Winnie and Sophia to get damage done onto the frontliners, while Ling could use that distraction to dive straight onto Tokyo, who's 0, 2, and 5. She went for a glass cannon build despite that first death, and she's feeling it definitely here. Damage taken rankings though. Fa taking a whole lot of damage next to Kueho, Lemma and Ling following up next, and that's where you can really see that GXP, they can take the damage. They can go for these fights. It's just their damage allocation in the last few fights haven't took it far.
Okay, Quail in a position to re-engage, but now gets the back line into Black Giant for the combos. Perfect! Sonjike takes out Sophia, and even with an immortality, Fa getting punished for the mistakes. Luckily, Winnie and Lima are able to get out of this, but all that pressure surmounted to nothing much as GCT take control of this game again.
And you just have to ask the question, when will this lesson be learned from GXP, the instant heavy spin? GXP, Winnie and Lemma are doing a good job. The deadly magic lands. That's an immortality gone for sure.
Can't do much about that. Tries to get to the fountain in time, but unfortunately still goes down. Again, wasted economy here. Despite it being dead even, the economy is important just to make sure you have, enough money to start swapping your items. But this Lord should be the last one if GCT takes it.
It's free. There's no way for GXP to contest unless Ling gets it, but there's no way she walks up. There's Kueho right there to chain CC her, and even just clearing out the wave might be a bit too much to ask for.
All right, I mean, they're gonna wombo combo Link for sure, right? Still with the immortality, still has Flicker, but he's dead. Fortunately, okay, instantly exploded, no way to get out of this. With that, I think that's the final nail in the coffin, right? By the time it spawns, add another 10 seconds, she'll still be dead.
Spawns right now. Ling will be down. She was the saving grace for GXP. Someone that can actually stagger those waves while also looking for those flanks to really threaten this box. Now, no one can threaten the box. The only one who can is Fa. But I think at this point, when you're playing around the base, you want to use the heavy spin to peel for your carries instead of going in for a pick. This could be the Lord that ends the game. It very well looks like it.
I mean, they've got the extra damage reduction as they're looking to put the final attack here. Close out game number 1. GXP, they gotta be careful because, man, the damage from Tokyo, they can't really do much about it as well. Deadly Magic already out as Black Dragon Form should zone the rest. Heavy Spin finally comes out a little late, but to now, it should be over. They can't close the distance. Lima gets the kick, but unfortunately, the Lord is just too powerful. That's game.